Hello, welcome back to the Pro Sports Analysis Show. We are here today to give you a recap of the FA Cup quarterfinals, which saw, stellar performances from Manchester United, beating Liverpool 4-3 at Old Trafford. And Manchester City also, walking over Liverpool in their Saturday fixture. Chelsea also winning against Leicester and Coventry, giving us a surprise win over Wolves. Today we will give you a recap and an analysis of all these matches. And I'm joined here in the studio by, Desta and Bruno. And together we bring you this session of the show where we look at the matches and the expectations and the reactions to these matches. So without doing much, let me quickly move to my my pundits and hear what they have to say concerning the matches. Now I'll be starting off with a match between Manchester United and Liverpool. But before we do, let me quickly say this: if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do well to click the subscribe button. Today we go wait for you, my party. Today, yeah, we go chuck you, make you subscribe before we continue. So 2 seconds, please do the subscription, and then we move ahead with the discussion. Right. So Manchester United versus Liverpool, Old Trafford, classic match, stellar performance from Manchester United again. This time, it be like anytime Manchester United come up against the big teams, it no be small performance we they see.
Sure. So thank you very much. As you rightly said, last week, Sunday, right?
Yeah, that was on
Sunday. It was, a very joyous moment for all Manchester United fans.
I can tell.
Because, most people didn't expect. They thought like Liverpool just walk on us and, knock us out. But before the match, I said here that before the 90 minutes or at the end of the 90 minutes, we will be knocking Liverpool out. But even though it went to an extra time, my words came true. At least we walked over them, we scored them 4 goals, and big ups to the boy Garnacho and Ahmed Diallo after a long injury coming back to give us the winner. Wow. So big ups to them.
Wow. So Bruno has always been that, fanatic one who always opt for Manchester United to win against all odds. Even when all the odds are against Man United, he still believes that Manchester United can always perform the magic, and this weekend they actually did that magic for him. Now let's come to Desta. Going into this match, although you think Manchester United could come up with a surprise win, because of course that could be your only way to pick up a trophy this season. You still said that with the stats favoring Liverpool in recent times, the odds were favoring him. How do you call it? Liverpool, and that's Liverpool were the favorites in this contest. So exactly. what do you think about what we saw?
Yes, so absolutely. Based on form, based on how Liverpool played, based on tactics from the coaches, everything suited Liverpool for a win. Okay. So last week I said something that if something is going to change, then to be the Old Trafford atmosphere.
All right.
I think
and it was a fantastic one. Yeah.
I think the fans came in their numbers.
Sure.
Supported United. I don't know. The atmosphere at Old Trafford was electric. If you see the scene behind the scenes and everything. Yeah. So I think the 12 man, the supporter. Okay. The supporters there. Okay. They added their voice. They told the guys to pick up, because at a point in time the tempo from the United player was low. Yeah. But you could see that the fans sharing, and then this is an FA Cup, is very, very dear to them. So fans sharing and then giving them giving the players that extra momentum to go for that win, to go for that kill. Was what actually helped the United players to achieve this win. Yeah. I think earlier today there was a conversation on TalkSport. It's a BBC program. Yeah. And then Grim Soundness and his group were discussing this match. And then they were saying that Manchester United versus Liverpool match that went on Saturday is the biggest match he's ever seen. Yeah. We should forget the El Clasico. Yeah. We should forget. But this match was actually... And I could feel the ripple effects in Africa. Yeah. When you go to TikTok and Facebook, people's reaction. Yeah. So this match was actually massive. Yeah. And I'm glad that my team won. And kudos to Manchester United.
Wow. Of course, Manchester United have a lot of fans. At the point they had the biggest fan base in the world. And of course, if they win, then it's a big victory. And more so doing it over Liverpool, who have been their topmost rival for ages. So yes, the match was that big. The momentum that Manchester United had to go on to win the match, as Destin rightly said, came from the fans. And of course, if you are playing in Old Trafford with over 70,000 fans backing you, then of course you really deserve to put up something. Yeah. But let's talk a bit about the tactics the coaches brought in here. We know Klopp, who is very tactical, and they normally, for Liverpool, they normally take their time to come into the game, to grow into the game. So they don't really start well, but progressing in the game, they pick form and they tend to dominate the game, and then they conquer their opponent. In this fixture, we saw something similar. Man United started very well, something similar to what they've done in this season in a lot of their matches, and actually came up with an early goal. And we are expecting Manchester United to even add more goals. But what did we see in the first half? Liverpool actually came back in the game and scored 2 goals, going into the halftime with the lead. So what do you have to say about, Ten Hag's formation and tactics into the game?
All right, so thank you very much. So going into the game, United went into the match with the 4-2-3-1 information, because we wanted to attack using our 2 wings, Rashford and Garnacho. They have been very sharp. So, but when you look at Liverpool, what went wrong for them? Robertson and Gomez. They were very dull at the back. So you realize Garnacho, with a lot of pace, and Rashford were using the wings more. Anytime Garnacho had the ball, he's able to freely pass Gomez, then give a cross. So Ten Hag saw that if I should use these 2 wings with Rasmus coming joining the attack, was a boost for the team. So we realized they could depend mostly on the wings, the 2 wingers, Rashford and Garnacho, because they were very sharp. So we're pressing using the wings, unlike Liverpool, who wanted to operate from the midfield, dominate the attack, then score. But luckily for us, our wonder kid, Kobe Menu, was able to conquer the midfield as well.
He played very well.
He did very well, stopping their attack, then clearances, then attacking from the midfield and joining the attack on most bases. So that was what went on right for Manchester United. And kudos to the boys. Were able to come back from a 2-1 defeat in the first half, and we won the game at the extra time.
Right. So normally Manchester United don't perform very well in the second half, but this time we saw Ten Hag made some changes that actually helped them to secure a draw, before the game was pushed into the extra time. Let's talk about the changes he made. He brought on Anthony, he brought on some other players as well, Diallo, and all those changes, culminated today having the win. The draw to proceed into the extra before the win. Even in the extra time, Liverpool took the lead again before Manchester United came in to equalize, and then the late winner from Amad Diallo. What do you have to say about that?
Yes. So check like the substitutions where the coach do now it be tight.
Very, very on point.
It be tight.
Very, very on point.
As Anthony come, Anthony has been underperforming. Now he slacks. He doesn't really.
I hear say he won't sell up.
Yes. So I beg all the teams where, if you know your team be interested in Anthony, I beg United, Bruno or 85.
85, the less Chelsea.
Just like Menace won by Rashford. No, Anthony too is for sale. So please. So Anthony came in the second half and added a little bit of spark. And before I move on, now I want to talk about Bruno. What Bruno actually said about Gomez being at their flanks, playing threats. Place, right? That's where
Robertson and Gomez. So he was at
exactly. So exactly. So on-field analysis showed that United's attack, 53% of the attack was from his side, was from Gomez's side. Yes. So you realize that the first goal even came from that side. Exactly. So that was the weak point. Rashford, speedy, nimble, pacey, will punish you with that aspect. 53% of the entire was from that side alone. So because of Gomez's inability to play that role. And when he goes forward, it's highly unlikely for him to even come back. It's very difficult. So they utilize that and it was a good strategy from Ten Hag.
Sure.
The boys showed dedication. The boys showed aggression to win the match. Anthony coming in, knowing that he's underperforming. He plays certain responsibility, or he plays certain expectations on himself. He talking body say, Charlie, this game there, if for proving body, and then he did exactly that. With a nice right-footed shot, right foot
turning shot.
Turning shot. Power.
This was Drogba goal.
Yes. So it was a clinical finish, and then after the goal, you could see all the players coming towards him, congratulating him, and then like pointing to his head, and then like I could see
mentality.
So it meant a lot to him. So the changes that Ten Hag did was very, very effective, and I think that the mentality of the players as well. Ahmad came in. Ahmad had barely seen the green pitches of the Old Trafford. Had barely had enough time to even play, but he came in. His dedication, his mentality showed, and you could see how he took the opportunity. If you want to make a mark in football, these are the defining moments.
Exactly.
If you don't have an opportunity to play or impress a coach, this is an opportunity where you make a statement. You get the defining goal. So any player out there, any youngster who wants to get a starting lineup, these are the chances. The small minutes that you get to play, you make a mark.
Exactly.
And you won the game for United. Now his name is forever written in history. 21st minute. So this is how you make a mark. Instead of you to work hard, get the opportunity, and then score, make a mark, you shouldn't grumble if you've not gotten the opportunity. Your chance will come, and when your chance comes, you have to take it.
Exactly.
That's what Ahmad did. So Ten Hag's changes, superb. Attitude of the players, superb. Kudos to United once again.
So with Ahmad Diallo, Oleg and Associate actually said when they were signing him that he's one of the most interesting young talents, and he proved it in the match. Although he's not seen a lot of play time at Manchester United, since he came on, during the latter part of the match, he was able to score the all-important goal to take Manchester United to the semi-finals. You are in the semi-finals now. Another thing we could say is that probably Liverpool is now suffering from the injury wreck, and it's taking a toll on them, isn't it? If you have the same players playing all the time, and with the build-up of matches in Europa, in the EFL, the FA Cup, wouldn't you say that it is because of that Man United were able to win? Or would you attribute it to the fans, or would you attribute it to the players now having a new mentality? Which one would you go for?
All right, so thank you. So as you said, when you look at Liverpool's team going into the match against Manchester United, we had most of their injured players coming returning. You have the likes of Mohamed Salah, and it was only Trent who was not able to feature. They have at least almost 80% of their starting 11 playing this match. So I wouldn't support the idea of using their injuries as an excuse. So probably I'll say that it is the mentality of the Manchester United players. They were determined to win in front of their fans. That was what went on right for them.
So I believe probably this could be your only trophy for the season, isn't it? So I believe that the players went in there with that mentality that we are playing for trophy this season. And of course, if you win the trophy, it also settles Ten Hag's case that at least you've been able to play to the final of the FA Cup. If they are not even able to win it, at least that's enough to prove to the board that his work is on course, isn't it?
Oh yes. So I think I was also listening to another podcast from AFTV. I listened to a lot of them, and then they titled this the Arteta Project. That Ten Hag is also doing the Arteta Project. So it was quite similar, if not worse. When as Arteta came in first season, he win like Community Shield or FA Cup thereabout, and he placed 8th. So gradually he sacked people that he didn't want to work with. He put his team in shape, and now look at us now. So some of the people told others that they believe that Ten Hag is also on the same trajectory as Arteta. So you have to give him it's Arteta's 4th year, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and this is Ten Hag's 2nd year.
Okay.
So you have to actually give him some time. If you give him some time, make him shape some few things.
Okay.
He's sacking players, Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho. He's put players that he doesn't want. He's putting And then his first season he won a trophy and he was third.
Yeah.
Second season on his way to FA Cup glory and trying to capture spots for Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's a gradual process that we need to believe in a coach and then gradually. But I think if he doesn't even get any trophy, like it's at least relatively a good season. I would crown it an okay season, a decent season, but we should get a trophy, the FA Cup for grabs. Yes.
All right. So Man United going all out to get the only trophy they could possibly get their hands on this season, which is the FA Cup. You know, and they are doing all they can, as you can see with their performance in this match. You could tell that indeed they put on a very good performance compared to their previous performances, and with this performance they can go on to win the FA Cup. So before we move to the next matches, let's take a quick break here, and then when we come, we will look at the match between Manchester City and Newcastle, Chelsea and Leicester City, as well as Wolves versus Conventry. So we'll be right back.